Listen, I don't know who this word is for today, but God is whispering something deep in my spirit. And if you're hearing this, it's not an accident. God says, your life is about to change. You have been in a season where things didn't make sense, where you felt like everything was shifting beneath your feet. People you thought would stay walked away. Opportunities that once seemed open began to close. The comfort you once had started to feel uncomfortable. But the Lord says, I'm not punishing you. I'm repositioning you. You are being moved into the next stage of my divine plan. And though it feels uncertain right now, this shift is necessary for your destiny. There's a reason you've been feeling the way you do lately. There's a reason doors that once worked suddenly stopped opening. God says, I am changing your placement. Sometimes the blessing is not in what you gain, but in where I put you. You've outgrown some environments. You've outgrown some conversations. You've even outgrown some habits that once helped you survive, but now they're holding you back. I am rearranging things so you can breathe again, so you can grow again, so you can see clearly where I am taking you. Don't be surprised if certain people begin to distance themselves from you. Don't chase after what's leaving, because not everything that walks away is a loss. Some things have to leave for the promise to live. God is saying, I had to remove them because their season in your story is over. You prayed for purpose, and this is what purpose looks like. It doesn't always feel good, but it's always guided by my hand. You see, before God promotes, He repositions. Before He increases, He separates. Before He reveals the next chapter, He closes the old one. Abraham had to leave his country. Joseph had to leave his family. David had to leave the field. Every divine destiny begins with a divine departure. So if you've been feeling displaced, if life seems to have pulled you out of what was familiar, don't panic. You're not being abandoned. You're being assigned. There's a shift happening in the spirit right now. You can feel it even when you can't explain it. You've been restless, haven't you? You've been sensing that something new is on the horizon. Even though you can't see it clearly yet, that restlessness is not confusion. It's confirmation. It's God stirring your spirit, saying, get ready, I'm moving you. Sometimes God will let you become uncomfortable so you won't settle. If He didn't make you restless, you'd stay where it's safe. But He's calling you higher now. He's calling you into places where your faith will have to grow. And yes, it may stretch you. It may test you. But that's how He brings you into divine alignment. You're not losing control. You're learning to let Him lead. The Lord says, don't mourn what I moved. There are doors I closed, not because closed you did something wrong, but because I saw what you couldn't see. I saw the trap behind the opportunity. I saw the delay hidden inside the comfort. So I closed it to protect your purpose. You wanted that door to open, but I wanted your destiny to unfold. You were praying for connection, but I was protecting your calling. Maybe you've been asking, God, why does it feel like I'm going backward? But you're not going backward. You're being positioned for the forward step. Sometimes the arrow must be pulled back before it's released. The pressure you feel is not punishment, it's preparation. You're about to be launched into a new level of purpose and visibility. Right now, heaven is aligning things behind the scenes. People are being moved. Resources are being rearranged. Divine timing is being synchronized. You may not see the full picture yet, but every delay, every detour, every disappointment is being woven into something bigger. God is not just working around you, He's working within you. He's stretching your faith, maturing your character, and preparing your heart for what's next. Do you know why it feels like everything slowed down? Because before acceleration, there's always alignment. God is slowing things down to set them in order. When He finally releases you, it's going to make sense. Why? He didn't let certain things happen sooner. The very doors that felt closed are going to open effortlessly in the right season. Because this time, you'll be ready. Don't mistake silence for absence. Even in the quiet, God is moving. Even in the waiting, He's working. He hides His greatest transitions in stillness. That's what He did with Joseph in the prison. That's what He did with David in the wilderness. That's what He did with Esther behind palace walls. When no one else could see them, He was preparing them. And when it was time, He repositioned them suddenly. You might feel hidden right now, but you're hidden on purpose. You're not forgotten. You're being formed. What feels like isolation is actually incubation. God is birthing something new inside you. He's reshaping your vision, your priorities, your relationships. The next version of you cannot operate in the old environment. And listen, when God repositions you, He doesn't always explain it. Because if He told you everything at once, your faith would have no reason to grow. He's calling you to trust what you can't trace. To walk by faith, not by sight. To believe that His plan is still good, even when the process doesn't feel good. There's a version of you that only emerges through obedience. And that's what God is awakening now. He's moving you from survival to strength, from confusion to clarity, from waiting to walking. You won't have to force this change. You'll just flow into it. What's been heavy will suddenly lift. What's been delayed will suddenly move. You'll see favor open doors that effort never could. God says, this repositioning will place you in rooms you never imagined. Divine connections are coming. Unexpected opportunities are aligning. You'll find yourself at the right place, at the right time, meeting the right people. Not because you chased it, but because I placed you there. You've been faithful in small things, and now it's time for the greater. The seeds you sowed in silence are about to produce in public. The tears you cried in secret are watering your harvest. You thought that season broke you, but it was actually building you. I used every disappointment to drive you deeper into dependence on me. And now the shift begins. This is not the end. This is the turning point. The very place that tried to contain, you will have to witness your comeback. The same voices that doubted, you will have to testify that it was God who lifted you. You're not being replaced. You're being repositioned, so lift your head again. Wipe your tears. Get ready for the new thing that's emerging. God is not done with your story. You've been through the stretching. You've endured the silence. You've survived the pruning. And now the promotion is near. Can you feel it? The air is different. The weight is shifting. There's an acceleration happening in the spirit. Heaven is saying, it's time. Time for you to step into purpose. Time for you to walk in alignment. Time for you to stand where you were meant to be all along. Don't hold on to the old. It can't sustain the new. The people who left were meant to leave. The doors that shut were meant to shut. The season that ended was meant to end. God says, I had to remove what you wanted to make room for what you needed. You're about to look back and thank God for the things that didn't work out because they were never meant to carry you into destiny. The pain had purpose. The confusion had reason. The delay had divine timing written all over it. So right now, just breathe. Let peace settle in your heart. The change that's coming won't destroy you. It will define you. You won't have to chase this one. It will find you. God is realigning every detail of your life so perfectly that even the closed doors will make sense. You are stepping into divine positioning. Every wrong place, every wrong voice, every wrong attachment is being cleared. God is setting you where you belong, in the center of His will, under the covering of His favor. This is your confirmation. You are not stuck. You are shifting. The waiting wasn't wasted. The silence wasn't empty. The tears weren't unseen. Heaven saw every moment, and now heaven is responding. Soon, you will see the beauty of divine timing unfold before your eyes. Suddenly, what felt scattered will come together. Suddenly, what was lost will be restored. Suddenly, what was hidden will be revealed. You'll know it's God because it will happen effortlessly. It won't make sense by logic, but it will align perfectly by grace. That's what divine repositioning does. It places you in the flow of favor, not the fight of striving. So keep your heart open. Keep your spirit expectant. Don't fear the change. This is not a breakdown. This is a breakthrough. God says, you're not losing ground. You're being lifted to higher ground. Your life is about to change, and it's going to be glorious, because the same God who ordered the removal is the same God who will release the reward. And when it happens, you'll look back and say, it all makes sense now. God was repositioning me for this all along.